Alright, in this episode we are going to make a homemade knife. Something I wanted to do for a while. It combines a little bit of woodworking and some metalwork and sharp pointy things. So besides having fantastic hair right now, we're going to make something deadly. So first things first, get yourself an old saw blade. Just an old regular handsaw. Picked it up for $1 at a restore. You can get them at thrift stores. You can get them at your grandparents' shed, wherever. And just find a pattern online of something that you want to do and reproduce it on there. Cut it out, and we'll show that here in a second. Alright, here's the design I'm going with. No real rhyme or reason to it. Just kind of think it's cool. So you want to have the part that's going to go in between the wooden handle, which will come to about here. You want to have that in there so you can have something to sandwich between the two pieces when it goes time. So you'll have a piece of wood on this side and a piece of wood on this side with bolts through it to make the handle. So I'm going to cut this out here with an angle grinder, so I'm going to shoot sparks all over the sawdusty floor. As always, proper attire, so that's flammable sweatpants and unbuttoned boots. Alright, so I got the basic shape cut out and feeling pretty good because that went a lot easier than I expected. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a little extra, I think. So I got this drawn out. I'm going to leave everything above that line as is, and I'm going to start tapering down to the edge with the angle grinder for everything else. So I just cleaned it up with the angle grinder as well. Did both sides there. So I'm going to start working on that. So the blade part's done. Trace the handle onto whatever your stock you're going to use for the rest of the handle. I just have some pine laying around. So trace it, cut it out with the jigsaw, and I'm just going to cut it off straight here using the miter saw. Then I'm going to drill some holes through it. I'm actually going to use one of the existing holes, and then I'm going to put another one up a little bit further just to have more stability, and then we'll put it all together. That's not a knife. This is a knife. So there we go. It's got the handle on it. I'm not married to the handle. I'm probably actually going to change it and make it a little bit skinnier because this is redonk. But that's the idea. You can do whatever you want for the handle. I'm going to wait until I find maybe some more some oak or something, and I'll put that as the handle. Screw through it, and away we go. But as is, it still stabs just fine. So really, this is a super easy project, all in. I've got maybe $5. That's including the saw blade and some screws. It's also like 10 in the morning, so I'm going to call this a one beer job. Maybe a whiskey and the coffee job. Obviously, the price can go up or down depending on what you use for your materials and things like that. So, try it out yourself. Let me see your ideas. Not too bad for my first go. I think I am going to try maybe making a throwing knife next time, and we'll see how it works on my target down in the backyard. So there it is, homemade knife. Get stabbing. Don't actually go stab people. That's a bad idea.